welcome back to Ask Nikki P. I'm going to jump right in to today's question. Hey Nikki, I have been talking to this guy for about 1.5 years. We've dated on and off, and he has broken my heart multiple times. I love him so much, but I always go back to him, But there is a twist in it. The second time, or so my mom thinks it was the second time, he broke my heart. My mom told me not to talk to him anymore, but we are still talking, and we still tell each other that we love each other. We only see each other once a week at my youth group, and my mom is a leader there, so it makes it even harder. I feel bad going behind my mom's back, and some of my friends are supporting us. While some of them don't like him one bit. What should I do? All right, I think, I don't know. Sometimes I've been in like 2 different camps, and now I've just decided to not have an opinion on this. Some people say that when people break up over and over and over, or they're fighting a lot, it's like, well, that's a sign that you shouldn't be together. Now, I've actually known couples who've gotten married and been married so far for like 10 years, and they were like the infamous couple that broke up over and over and over when they're dating. So I don't think that's necessarily a good rule of thumb, but at the same time, it is definitely something to take note of if you're in a relationship where you're like breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. Like, it could potentially be a warning sign. So before I address the second half, I want to say like what I've said to other friends in relationship, who have had like relationships, like, what do I do? I think you should really sit down and write black and white, crystal clear, the pros and the cons of being with him, and do not let yourself like be emotional about it. Like, write all the pros and then be like, oh, I can only think of like one con. Be really, really honest with yourself, because that's part of protecting your heart. Because when you make it black and white, I know it might seem scary because you're like, well, what if the outcome is that I don't want to be with him? It's like, well, that would be hard, but then at least you're like approaching that now rather than like down the line after you've like spilled everything in your heart to him, and then you're like, wow, I knew that the whole time and I just never like faced the music. So, or on the flip side, you may write that down and be like, dude, but he does have the things that I want in a husband. And like, I see, we're fighting, but I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I think these are things that can be worked through, and maybe like I shouldn't be so nitpicky at him, or like maybe like we just need to learn how to communicate better. It's just good to write it down black and white if you're really in like, I don't know if the word is like conundrum, but yeah. As far as your friends and your mom, I think it is really, really good, especially with your mom, to be honest. Like, your mom loves you and has your best interest at heart. And I think that sometimes we feel like, oh, like they're gonna rain on my parade, or they just don't get it. But it's like, I think we think that because we don't have kids yet, and we don't realize like when you make something and you birth it, I think you're just like, unless something is wrong mentally, you just like want the best thing for that kid because it's part of you. You're like part of your mom, literally. I know this is obvious, but it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So your mom wants good things for you. So I really think you should tell your mom and, be like, communicate clearly to her, let her know, like, I know you might not get this, but this is, this is my life, and I'm trying to figure out like what I want to do, like if I want to be with him, if I don't, but this is just the journey I have to go on. But I wanted to let you know because you're my mom, and I want to be honest with you, and I value your input. So like, speak to her in a way that is honest and well thought out. But I really think telling your mom is a good thing, because like I said, unless something is like wrong, I honestly think that like moms in general, like, have your best interest at heart, and they want good things for you. So, and then as far as your friends, dude, I don't even really have an answer for that. So anyone in the comment section who wants to like chime in and give your thoughts, you can go ahead and do that, because I just think friendships can sometimes be complicated. Like, sometimes someone can be a really good friend to you, but they don't necessarily like, I don't know, it doesn't mean they're going to be like your best matchmaker. They don't know the future. You know what I mean? So you can communicate and be honest. I mean, I think that's always a good thing. But I don't think like just because, let's say, your friends didn't accept him, I don't think that is enough reason to like dump him. Like, I had multiple friends who told me when Dan and I were dating, like, he is such a player, like he is sleeping around. And I was like, dude, he's a virgin. Like, you don't even know that he's a virgin. So their points were actually invalid. And some of those friends that were saying that to me are actually really good friends of mine, and they care about me, and I'm still friends with them, but they were just not correct. So just because someone has an opinion doesn't mean it's like correct. But yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense. So that is that question. Good luck with that. And then I'm going to jump into the Twitter question. It says, What is one thing that you really want to do before you die? One? That's really hard. I'm gonna say, okay, so I have like this like life goal. This is like kind of, I don't know if this is like one thing. This isn't like jumping out of a plane or whatever, but I really, and I love how this is gonna be on the internet because maybe this will never happen, but I really wanna have a large business one day where I employ like a lot of people. Like I would really like to look back at some point and be like, wow, that happened. Like we were able to make enough money to like really fight human trafficking and to employ a bunch of people and like, you know, because where you're employed makes a difference with your life. Like, so that is like a big life goal for me. So we'll see like if that happens, but that is something that I really, really want to do. Okay, so the personal question is, why do you wear an engagement ring and no wedding ring? And I've actually answered this before, but it's been asked a lot, so I don't think there's any harm saying it a million times. I actually chose to get a MacBook Pro instead of a wedding band. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but I really wanted one. We did things a little different anyways. We sent out like Evites for our wedding. We lived in a garage the first year of our marriage, so we did things a little bit like just kind of however we wanted. So I got a fake one for the ceremony. I wore it on my honeymoon, but it turned my finger green. So I've just never got another wedding band. Like it's one of those things I actually want to like, you know, get like up my ring one day, like either get some bands around it or turn this into a necklace and get another ring, but I just don't really care that much. Thus the reason I got a MacBook Pro instead of a wedding band. So that is the answer to that. So yeah, send your questions, messages, all that jazz to asknikkip@gmail.com or use the hashtag on Twitter, asknikkip, and I will see you all very soon in life. Have a good day, guys. Bye. You should probably let an adult know, like a trusted adult, because if there is, you know, violence, abuse, that kind of stuff going on, at that point, that's where someone should be stepping in.